there in Ahmedabad. Now, with the backdrop of that, we'll ask you the question, and you give your views that what do you feel about the traffic of Ahmedabad. Then over a period of time, we'll develop it over a different kind of a question, and accordingly we'll expect you to answer this question. Yes, sir?
The first question, the most basic question. What do you have to say personally about traffic of Ahmedabad?
Anybody can start.
Well, I have a bike here.
You can tell your name and
And Ryan, CGP1. I have a bike here, so ever since the first time I tried to ride across just this road outside our campus, what I noticed was there was nobody was following the signals. So, and it's a very big highway, very broad lane. So, pretty dangerous, and at the same time, very rash drivers. So, nobody was really following the traffic signals, and people were happily jumping signals. So, that is something that I observed.
What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, it's same. I also observed that people don't follow. But there is not much traffic as compared to Mumbai or some other cities. But yeah, people don't follow the traffic signals.
Especially the signals that we were discussing. Do you think it is manned by traffic police and adequately the situation made as law-abiding kind?
The police is there in place, but they are on the side of the road. So I saw many number of times the police not being able to do anything at all, even though somebody is jumping a signal. Or it could be because the number of people over there was very few, because I saw only 4 to 5 people at that big junction, and because of the speed at which people jump the signals, that is also prohibiting them or inhibiting them from actually going after them. So that is something that I observed. And all the police does is just wait for people who are, like, say, probably doing a triple riding and catch hold of them at the signal. That's not their role. That's what I observed.
What's your opinion?
I personally have never faced like.
Your name, please. Name.
Traffic rules being broken. Maybe because sometimes it's being broken. Maybe because the traffic is not too huge. Even though if it's not controlled, it's manageable. Like she said, in Bangalore and Mumbai, traffic is without following traffic rules, becomes very difficult. So I think there is a limit to which we can break. So we can relax the rules.
what time you feel the peak traffic?
Evenings usually after
Okay.
8.
Around 8 o'clock. Okay. And lean period, what do you think on the road?
Maybe in the afternoon.
Okay.
आप बताइए, आपको अहमदाबाद के ट्रैफिक के बारे में क्या कहना है? आप पहले अपना नाम बताइए. तरुण ना? बताइए.
बताइए जिस भाषा में कंफर्टेबल
आपको जो आप जिस भाषा में बोलना चाहते हैं बोलिए.
अहमदाबाद सर ट्रैफिक ज़्यादा नहीं है, मुंबई से तो कम नहीं.
बट मुंबई में ट्रैफिक पुलिस बहुत इफेक्टिव है.
ज़्यादा है वहाँ.
Can't break.
You can't break signals in Mumbai. Yeah.
So you
Can't get away with it.
If
Exactly.
you break, you can't get away with it.
Yeah.
So you have to pay the price
Yeah.
for breaking the law there.
Every time I mean, there are always traffic police. And
So what is the implication because of that?
I mean, it's a comfortable. You know
Yes, that's what-
how to, where to go and how to.
Do you find people are in a hurry out here? Kind of a hurry
Yeah, they
office
are.
time में?
Yeah, they are very. I mean, office time I've never been out.
Jumping traffic most of the time.
But
And because the observation that I had is many signals do not have traffic police. नहीं होते
Yeah.
traffic police, just people just.
You know about infrastructure. Okay, in the road, they are supposed to be like having the zebra crossing, underpass, or the traffic signals, all those things. Generally called the infrastructure of the. What do you feel about the infrastructure on this stretch from the old campus main gate to the next signal? What do you feel? Comfortable, okay, or you want improvements? What do you feel?
Infrastructure is basically little. It's not so sophisticated as well. Because in a city which is bigger, I mean this probably could resemble a city which could have higher demand because of places like IMA and corporates are also there. So because of so many offices around, there will be high traffic that will go around. We compare that to Mumbai and other places, the sophistication and the infrastructure technology that is there, and at the same time the number of signals and zebra crossing, etc. I haven't observed so many. Many times I've seen, but not intently observed with a lot of intent. But I feel that it is lacking enough amount of surveillance by the police, so that proper infrastructure.
What else do you feel it is required?
Well, there has
Basically, to improve the infrastructure. What's your thought process? It is adequate now, or some
What
more
else? You said it's not adequate. Some more improvements are required. What do you feel are required?
what kind of
Yeah.
What
Any
sort of?
suggestion? Any suggestion that will you think
Specifically-
will improve the traffic
so
situation?
if there is any kind of traffic violation that has been made, there has to be proper surveillance mechanism. Not aware of technical things.
Okay.
Probably
There should be some surveillance
One thing
mechanism.
I know about is Doppler effect scanning.
Right.
These things can be implemented in people who are violating the signals can be checked.
Okay.
And
You have seen it somewhere?
this basically, I don't know if it is there in India, but it is in advanced country.
Okay.
So the Doppler effect mechanism will recognize the speed at which it is going.
Right.
Based on the relative speed, it will
Good.
try to check if it is crossing certain limits.
Okay.
They'll try to control this.
Okay.
Any of you have an idea about, you see that especially on major crossings, there are too much of enforcement, beggars, vendors, and illegally parked cars. Any view on this? Must have seen, especially on the crossing. वो चाय की दुकान ओल्ड कैंपस के सामने स्पेशली सब लोग स्कूटर लगा के वहाँ रात को सहती थे.
But still it doesn't hamper the traffic as much. There are people parking for tea and all, but still they park on the side. The road is big enough to accommodate everyone. But yeah, I think the mentality of people here, they don't wait for anyone when you try to cross the road. They see you coming, but they still won't slow down. I guess it's more to do with the people's mentality and their way and manner of driving and all, more than what traffic is.
And I think this mentality thing comes only because there is no proper system to, check that. If somebody is,
Well, I don't know, because after 10 when violating the rules, no one is there to catch hold on them. But that is where mentality comes.
Self-discipline is very important. You see, we are binded by law only when the law enforcement agency is there. When they are not there, we are not behaving. So,
After 10 p.m. also when traffic police is not supposed to be there, that time you have to discipline losses and move. But still people will be inching one inch and one inch and they won't let the other people go and it results in a jam and there's not even much traffic. Overall the roads will be relaxed. I mean, is helmet compulsory in Ahmedabad? I guess it should be.
It is.
At least in Bangalore and other places.
Yeah.
Bangalore, it's like everybody wears.
This is basic for safety.
Here I've hardly seen people wearing it.
Yeah, no.
Almost all the traffic rules
As
are
far as I
like
know,
that.
the law is in place, but nobody is actually following it.
Nobody enforces it also.
Yeah, maybe. It must be mutual, right? If they see that nobody is stopping them, obviously they won't bother to put that thing on. So that's what is happening.
What do you feel?
There are a lot of beggars, as you said. So many people who are there in the stock hawkers and people who will be there in the footpaths at the night time. People who are there on the curbs, pedestrians may not be able to walk. Therefore, accidents are prone to be happening. That is why probably there. What can we do about it? Because there is a lot of people.
Composition.
There is a lot of things that are happening, and that is why a lot of destitutes are there on these curbs. So we have to look at the policy level. I don't know. I mean, can you look at the traffic police asking them to leave? Is the traffic police so efficient in Ahmedabad?
what do you think is the pattern of the traffic here in this composition? What kind of a different kind of a mode of conveyance you see during the normal
four-wheelers, auto.
traffic hours?
Mode of conveyance majorly four-wheelers, I think. Very few two-wheelers. Autos are pretty common, but basically people own their personal vehicles. And public transport is very limited. That's what I could contrast from major metros.
And when the four-wheelers are there, are they occupied? All four seats are occupied, or they are single-driven?
Average must be 2 to 3%. Average, not.
So, if you have a effective public transport system, you think that most of the cars will be out of the road, or maybe it will use during a limited time?
Not really, but traffic would reduce. The traffic hours should be off. Many people take on public transport, obviously the number of people using more transport.
What's your opinion about the two-wheelers and the three-wheelers about abiding law while driving?
Youngsters driving school in uniform, underage people.
Most of the girls I know who are riding on two-wheelers, they don't wear helmets. They wear all those sun protection and all that. They don't wear helmets.
Girls are exempted everywhere. Even as a pillion,
No,
they are
sir, not
exempted.
in some place. We wear everything, and on top of that we wear helmet. We are expected to wear it, but yeah, I do.
You see, if accident takes place, it doesn't differentiate between girl and a boy. So it is self-protection which is very important, but most of the girls are not wearing it.
What public mode of transport would you suggest? Now you must be reading about Delhi, Bangalore, and etc. What public transport do you think metro will be close to this place?
I think in a long-term basis, metro would definitely help. But in the short run, like my friend here has said, most of the cars here are manned by only one or two travelers. So maybe carpooling or something that can be done, which is very effectively being done in different other cities where people travel between businesses and places for work and home. So this is something that can be definitely implemented. And public transport, like again stated, the buses or the frequency of the buses is pretty low. One good thing is they have a separate lane for the buses in between, so which is not
BSRT.
from the place that I have come from, that is Hyderabad. All the buses also go along with the other way, so that is something which is very good over here.
For metro, I don't really see the efficiency because they have implemented in Mumbai and Bangalore because the population is very high. The money that you put in, they get it back, right? If you implement in Ahmedabad, I don't know if it will work.
Maybe I think they have to have a vision 2020, 2030. Considering we have already have the background in the bigger city, so they can take a model. What is the right time to implement depending on the population of the city growing? I'm sure it will be a good idea. They should start planning now onwards. Maybe the congested areas first and the later. But the break even has to take place because any infrastructure investment requires a lot of amount. But I think you can't avoid it over a period of time. City like all A-class cities will have to have a metro. And it's very convenient also. You go and see it Delhi. It's amazing. The moment you create a metro, the next day it is oversubscribed. I mean that is the kind of uses time, and so many vehicles go off the road during the office hours.
You can close also. Tell them thank you.
So you can close.
Last question that I'd like to ask you about transportation. All of us go on leave. How convenient it is from where we stay to reach airports and railway stations, etc.
The best mode of transport is here is auto.
Auto only. Get it easily?
At the morning time when I was going to
Not
the airport
every
at
time
4
you
o'clock.
don't get easily.
So why I was coming to this is, that auto chaps say that these police guys, they fleece them. Do you think the auto chaps out here drive properly and charge properly?
As far as driving is concerned, I believe they drive properly. I mean, from whatever service I have received, I believe they drive properly. And charging as such, I don't know the exact demand that is there, but they charge reasonable
Charging
rates.
for small distances, it's not fixed at all. They just say, and if you don't know it, you have to pay.
Maybe we have to go to some mall nearby.
I think auto drivers are disciplined enough, and there's no point in fleecing auto drivers.
One thing that they are strictly following is, they just allow only 3 passengers, and that is something that they say that no way we are going to allow an extra passenger.
The money part.
Money,
Okay.
but yeah, fare-wise, if some places very nearby, they say 15, 20 rupees, 5 rupees.
So they don't go by meter.
Yeah, sometimes when if the place is very nearby, like it's on or something like that. But otherwise, they do charge on meter. They don't demand money, and they don't really see.
Shabas, thank you all you for your help. It's so nice that you guys contributed your time for us. And I'm sure next time if you need such a survey of everyone there, you guys will
Can we have your names, please?
Vandana. Taxi.
Nayan.
Srinivas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice